Hello, Boulevard Club friends. Thanks for tuning in to this Express Flow yoga class. I hope everybody's well on what for the time that I'm teaching today is a beautiful one of our first kind of really spring-like feeling days. So I hope you get a chance to put your face in the sun today. So for class, just to have, if you do have a couple of pillows to start, you can use blocks or books. If you don't have any of that, that's okay. We are going to start lying down, and the theme of class this week is to be relaxed, even in the effort. So sometimes in our practice and in our day-to-day activities off the mat, we can be pushing a little too hard or just leaning in beyond that breaking point. So we'll notice that in areas of the body that will constrict and tighten. A lot of times for me, that'll be the face. And so we know we're going to be using some effort, but to be a little softer, more spacious, more buoyant, we can imagine that we're wearing a space suit or a Michelin suit and kind of fill that out in some postures. So I'll guide you through some of that. And of course, then if we're having no effort in our practice on and off the mat, then we're just kind of dozing off and not awake to what's here and all of it that is here that is good. So the first pose, we'll lie down on our mats. Enjoy your practice, your body, mind, wherever you are right now. And in a diamond shape with the legs. So the soles of the feet will be together. And those pillows or blocks, whatever you might have, can go underneath the upper thighs, tucking the tailbone a little bit. So it's just a very gentle pelvis and hip opener to start with. You can wiggle down and feel that your tailbone is long, drawing down towards the heels, and adjust the height of the support and where it is under the knees or upper thighs so that it just feels opening and expansive in the lower regions of your body, your lower limbs. You might pick up your head for a moment, traction out, and feel the length of the back neck and some space there as you lay down. Tucking the shoulder blades one at a time. Even though it's a short class, moving mindfully without feeling that there's any hurry to get to a destination. The palms are rolling open to the ceiling, or they might be resting on the abdomen. That's a nice way to connect with this body, this area of the lungs right now. You might just feel how the breath is. Just have your eyes open to start with and start to take a look around your room, nodding the head from side to side and forward and back. And with the eyes open, see what's here. All of these things that are in your room might be just some marks on the wall or some of the furniture, but actually take in the visual field. Direction. And let your gaze just focus on something that's on the ceiling, or just a spot on the ceiling. There may be nothing especially visible there, but just have the field of vision wide open as a way of inviting presence here and some gratitude towards the sense of sight. You can close your eyes and open up the awareness to the field of hearing as well. Briefly touching base with the senses, that are present that we sometimes consider to be in this area, the head, the brain. Some appreciation for the sense of smell, taste, the feeling of contact at the back of the skull. Breathing in and out through the nose and feeling the rise and fall of the belly and acknowledging all of the organs here, helping to digest food and mental activity as well, all things that get inviting some gratitude for all of the things that we take for granted that may have moved out of the way so that you could be here right now for some reason, to your practice, to your body, to your mind, to the energy that is flowing through in this still posture. For a few more rounds, let's start to take some clearing breaths, breathing in through the nose, allowing the lips to part and exhaling all the breath out. Hold at the bottom. Feel like you're filling up that spacesuit, the full breadth and length of your breath, filling up the chest, the ribs, the back body, the face. Holding at the top, and then exhale, open the mouth. Filling in like a big balloon, the hips, front and back, down to the toes, top of the skull, all sides of the body. Exhale, let it go. Use your hands to bring your knees back to center. Take the blocks or pillows out of the way. Let your knees come in to touch and take the arms into a cactus shape. Feet are nice and wide, breathing in. And then expand the bubble as you let your knees fall over towards the left. Right hip lifts up. Take a breath in there. And empty, let the knees come back to center. Knees touch on an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Fill in the suit as the knees drop over towards the left. Take another full breath cycle there. Feeling the left side of the rib cage expand, front, back, and sides of that thigh bone. Let's bring the legs back to center. Inhale and exhale, knees come into touch. Hugging the knees in towards the chest and squeeze nice and tight. And stretch the left leg long. Keep hugging the right knee in towards the right armpit. Stretch the whole body. Inhale. Exhale, bring the left knee in, hug behind the thigh or the shin, give a squeeze and empty. And then stretch out, lengthen, lengthen. Stay for an extra breath cycle with the body nice and long. Might hook the thumbs together. Notice which direction the thumbs are hooked. And then again, let's bring the right knee in towards the chest and squeeze. And stretch out, inhale. And left leg comes in, exhale. Lengthen out, cross the thumbs in the opposite way and pull, pull, pull. Fill in that suit, the whole body. Let the shoulders just come up around the ears, expand through the sides, the obliques. Inhale. Exhale, hug the knees in. You can roll to one side or catch behind the thighs and rock forward and back to come all the way up. And bring it over to the hands and knees. Let's come right into a tabletop shape. Positioning your wrists underneath your shoulders, or maybe even a little further ahead. More like a longer table or a bit of a plank pose here, and tip the hips over to the right. And then over towards the left. So just going on a seesaw here from side to side. See if you can maintain just a sense of that big bubble. We're filling out into the Michelin suit. As you rock it back and forth, one more time each side. Shifting back to hands and knees now. Let's flip the backs of the hands. So we'll do a bit of a wrist stretch, pressing the backs of the hands down and trying to straighten out the arms. And let's bring it into a cat, rounding out the spine. Inhale, take it into a cow shape. And one more time, exhale it into cat. Pressing into the backs of the palms. Shifting now to place the base of the palms on the floor. The fingers can spin out to the sides, or they can be back more towards the knees. We'll shift the hips around here, left and right, left and right. Press out right to the fingertips, to the thumb tips, and come into a little cat or cow, on the inhale, and then peel it into cat on the exhale. Keep that press going through the palms. Maintain the space and expanse through the entire torso. Exhale, stay for another inhale with the back of the heart lifting up. Just come to a neutral tabletop and pat the hands a little bit. So just lifting the right palm and then the left palm, or bending the right elbow and then the left elbow. Back and forth, and then curl the toes under and sit back towards the heels, getting into all the joints of the hands and the feet. Peel the hands up slowly and clasp the hands just in front of the chest and do some side to side figure eights. If you can keep the weight back in your heels, sitting on your heels, or come to a high. Let's do a couple big circles with the arms, reaching up, palms face each other, and then open up like big wings. Inhale, and exhale to open. And one more time, inhale. Come off of the heels, bring the tops of the feet down now and start to sit back, bringing the fingertips behind the back, puffing the chest up towards the ceiling. Into your space suit, expand. See if you can get some awareness of breath, even filling into the kidneys, into the back body. You can stay here for 2 breath cycles, or you can lift the hips, reach the tailbone towards the knees. One more inhale. And exhale. We'll take it into a wide knee child's pose. So walk the hands forward, maybe make that diamond shape with the arms this time. Have the elbows wide and the knees wide as you come to feel the length of your spine from the tailbone. Reaching towards the thumb nails. I'm taking one more inhale there. And exhale. Let's shift to hands and knees. And take the left leg out to the side, coming into a gate pose. Come up on your fingertips. Walk the hands up towards the hips from there. And reach the right arm up. Your left hand to press into your left thigh. Just reach straight up through the right arm. So find all of that length. Reaching up, and then just a little bit of a side stretch. Come back on the inhale. Press left hand into left thigh. Exhale. Inhale, and then exhale there. And then come all the way back up. Let's bring the right hand down or to the fingertips. You can use a pillow or a block. Maybe kickstand the right shin a little bit more on a diagonal and press into the left heel. Continuing to reach the left fingers down the thigh. Staying here, finding your Michelin suit, front and back, sides of the torso, or reach the left arm up. Exhaling, bringing the left fingertips forward. Couple more breaths here, or you can lift the left leg and bring the left fingers back in that direction. So shorten up the left side of the rib cage. Open on the inhale. Either way, you're just breathing and expanding the bubble, keeping that length and breadth through both sides of this movement, both sides of the breath cycle. Good, and then we'll bring the left fingers down and come back into that tabletop shape. Let's curl the toes under here and press the hips up and back in downward facing dog. Deep knee bend, the left knee, right heel drops, right leg straightens out any amount. Pushing the floor away, inner palms press, and then switch. So right knee bends, left heel lifting back through the hands and knees. Let's take it into that cow pose, breathing in. And exhale to peel it into cat. Let's sit back towards the heels again. Slide the fingertips back, loop the shoulders up and down the back. Lifting the breastbone. Taking another breath cycle there, or lifting the hips as well to inhale. Opening the front body, but keeping space in the back body. Exhale, lower. Coming back to tabletop shape. Let's step the right leg out now. Just coming up on the fingertips, or you can use blocks here. Bring the hands to the hips now. Inhale and slide the right hand down. Find a little more length perhaps, and lots of connection and grounding through the outer right foot. Reaching the left arm straight up here. Just breathing here. Seeing where you might find some areas of the body that can just relax, not needing to engage, while others are definitely providing some support. Into a little side stretch, exhale. Back up, inhale. Exhale the side stretch. Inhale, lift up. And one more time, exhale. Inhale through to place the left fingers down. You can have your pillow or a block there. Reaching down, still towards the right heel with the right fingers. Press the right foot, reach the right palm straight up, and just enjoy this side stretch opening. Your left shin can be a little more like a kickstand here for support. Maybe take the right fingers towards the short end of your mat for another inhale. Stay there, or start to float the right heel and reach back with the right fingers. Right foot presses, right fingers reach, inhale. Lifting the underside of the body, and then exhale, squeeze. Once more, inhale. And exhale, start to face back down. Waving it into a cow pose. Curling it into cat. Let's take the toes under again and press up, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths there. It's 1, 2, and 3. Let's have the heel and the toes turn out and walk the hands back towards the feet, folding over the legs there. Let's come up halfway, straightening out the legs a little bit. And then exhale, bend the knees. Again, straighten out the legs. You might parallel the feet there on the inhale, and then exhale, come back into that squat. Let's drop the seat now and lift the chest, fingertips on the floor. You might be up onto your heels and shifting away a little side to side. Loop the shoulders on an inhale. Press the heels and exhale, fold. Wiggle the feet now so they are parallel. Halfway lengthen, inhale. And exhale to fold. Walking the hands forward, just crawling out to a plank pose. Let's take the right elbow down and the left elbow down. Look back towards your knees and pick up the underside of the body and fill into that space suit. Tap the knees down, exhale, and slide onto the belly, wiggling the elbows forward for a Sphinx pose, keeping the pelvis heavy, kneecaps lifted, and taking any compression out of the lower back if you need to walk it further forward for one more breath. Sliding the chest through and spreading the arms like wings, take them towards the hips, palms facing in towards each other, and do a few shoulder circles there. Open up the chest, inhale, and then exhale, lower. Palms press, low ribs press up and back. Downward facing dog. Big toes will come together for this one, and right leg stretches up and back. And then bringing the right knee towards the nose, exhale. And stepping the right foot into a lunge, breathing in and tapping the back knee down. Inhale to lift up, crescent lunge, and then exhale. Let's take a twist, so over towards the right, bringing the left hand to the outer left thigh and flipping the right palm towards the ceiling. Filling into the space suit for one more inhale. And exhale, reach both arms up. We're going to try to pick up off that back knee, or you can use hands on that front thigh to give yourself a little more strength to come into a high lunge. Straighten both legs on the inhale. And then cactus the arms as you bend both knees, exhale. Reach up, inhale. Bend both knees, exhale. Once more, straighten out, length. And then bend down, reach the hands forward, stepping back, downward facing dog. Just one breath cycle there. And then bring the big toes together. Left leg reaches up and back. We're squaring up the hips. Left knee to nose, exhale. Looking forward to step the left foot up and pressing out through the back heel. Inhale that low lunge. Exhale, tap the back knee down and reach both arms up. Bring the legs a little more like right angles so you're not sinking down into the full expression. A little more strength and fill up that bubble suit. See what you can relax here. We'll take a twist to the second side. So right hand to left thigh, spin the left palm open, wrap the ribs around, and then find that expansive bubble. Back to center, inhale. And we'll come to the high lunge, so hands on thigh, or just pick up the back knee and reach the arms. Let's straighten both legs on the inhale, scissor the inner thighs, wobbles are good. Exhale into cactus, coming down any amount. Inhale, the legs are straightening. And then the exhale bends both knees. And reach up last time, inhale. Exhale, back leg straightens, hands come down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Shift it forward again to plank pose. Left elbow down and then the right elbow down for forearm plank. Clasp the hands or keep them shoulder distance apart, and then just looking down and seeing what's here, seeing what's right in front of you. Mind can be all sorts of places, but we're just looking at the floor. And tap the knees, exhale, belly, thighs, and one more time, come into that Sphinx posture. Let's lower on the exhale. Extend the right. I've moved a little more to the left side of my mat. Start to turn to look towards the left. You can rest your forehead or your cheek or not. Crawl the right fingers away and pick up the left leg. Swing so that you're more or less on your right hip. So you can keep your head floating or rested on the floor for 3. It's another good posture to find that breath in the entire lungs, filling out that suit. Exhale to center. And we're just going to shift. So you might move to the right side of your mat and stretch the left arm out. Come to a tent with your right fingertips. Legs are one together. Start to look to the right and shift. Crawl your left fingers away. So you can pick up your right leg Point the toes and lengthen long or reach it back a little bit. 3 breaths here. See what it feels like, whichever is better. Scissor back to center, exhale. Press the palms and take it into a child's pose again. And take the knees wide or keep them together. Reach the hands forward. Let the elbows come down towards the floor. And if it's available, take the hands, prayer hands to the back of the skull. Squeeze the elbows towards the ears and wrap the upper arm bones towards the ground. I like to press into my fingertips and see if you can just connect again with the entirety of the lungs. Collarbones, belly, kidneys, low back, lumbar spine, between the shoulder blades. This life provided by these lungs. Something that is easy to take for granted. What's here right now is breath. Let's come back to the hands and knees. And let's come to downward facing dog. We're going to bring the big toes together and this time reach the right leg up and open the hip. You can bend the knee so the heel tracks towards the left side of your mat. Experiment with looking to the right and looking to the left. And then straighten that leg out. Let's bring the right knee towards the nose again and step the right foot forward. This time we'll bring the back knee down. We'll take the hands wide and come to the baby toe edge of the right foot. You can wiggle that foot so it's a little more in the front of your mat and hands are wide on either side of it. So you can start to just swish the tail left and right, left and right. As long as you're not feeling any pain in the knee on that right side, if you are, you want to just dial this back. And if you prefer, you can be on your back in a figure 4 shape with your right ankle above your left knee. It's a similar, just without the weight bearing. Left and right, left and right. Good. So let's just sit down, if you can, onto your right hip and bring your left leg around. So we're going to try a double pigeon, crossing the left ankle above the right knee. And so the pillow might be something, again, if you aren't good in the knees, then you'll want to stay on your back in that figure 4 shape and just enjoy that. So I've got a pillow between my left knee and my right heel, because there's quite a big space there. And then see if you can anchor your sits bones down. Spending a little bit of time here, you may find that the posture changes and you can take the support away. Let's see if we can, once again, just come back to that field of vision and see what's in front. Looking down the tip of the lean back and shift out of the pose. You can come onto your elbows and give the legs a little kick out. And we'll flip over to downward dog. So we get the second side, pressing the hips up and back. Big toes together and left leg reaches up. And then open up the hip on this side. Bending at the knee and letting the left heel drop to the right. Shift your head left and right. Fill the spacesuit. Start to level the hips and bring the left knee to the nose, shoulders over wrists, and then step the left foot up. You can bring the back knee down and then wiggle the left foot a little to center and come to the baby toe edge. Both hands wide. So your heel is a little forward on that left side, forward of your knee as you rock. from side to side. And gradually, we'll start to sit down on the left hip and bring the right leg forward and wrap it around. So bring in your block or pillow. Right ankle above the left knee. So you can tuck the pillow underneath the right knee. The right heel close to your sits bone, or if you practice this posture and are more open in the hips, then the heel will be underneath the right knee. Another way to do this is just to have the left leg straight as well, or the figure 4 on your back. Let's take 3. In your shoulders or face or any tension that might have crept in there. Good. Let's lean back and give the legs the shake, shake, shake. And then place the feet on the floor. Reach the arms forward and slowly start to lower down, tucking the tailbone. Rolling down through the spine. Bringing yourself to rest the head. Lots of hip opening today, so just suggesting for the few minutes of rest that feet could be wide and knees can come into touch. If there's any other postures that you are needing to do right now, if you'd like to add a twist, if you have time. Those are awesome closing postures. Otherwise, palms roll open to the ceiling, or again, rest somewhere on the torso if that helps to give your mind some ease, to have a focus on just this movement of the lungs and gratitude for this moment. All of the senses present and awake. Open to receiving everything that is here as a gift. If you have time to stay and rest for longer, please do. If you're in between and moving on to another activity, then just take your time here. There, shake it too. Shake the arms. I'm really big into the benefits of a lot of bouncing and shaking for the whole webbing, that entire support network that supports that Michelin bubble suit. Big breath in through the nose and exhale, knee squeeze. Just take it over to one side and pause. And then bring it up to sit, just to take a mindful moment to be aware of the body in the sitting posture. And to acknowledge that others are present, even from our home studios, connected together with the wish to be well and for each other to be well. May we be safe. May we be happy. May we be at ease. Namaste. Thanks for joining, everyone. Miss seeing you in person. Take care.